Are you ready? It's time for Nickichicki, the origin story. Hi guys, welcome back. If you're new here, hello, I'm Nicole. So since I started my channel, I've kind of mentioned my business, Nickichicki, here and there. I've showed our new designs for fall and winter, which I'll link up in the cards up here if you missed it. But today I thought I'd spend some time talking about how I grew my business, how I got it to where it is today, and just kind of all the background information of it. So first things first, I actually technically started Nickichicki way back in 2010. I had taught myself how to knit. I had gotten to the point where my family's closet were overflowing with my creations, and every time that I was showing stuff that I had made on Facebook to my friends, they were always encouraging me to sell what I made and open an Etsy shop. So I decided to give it a go, and it actually took off right away. But keep in mind, this was 2010. Etsy is a much different game this year. So many people are on it. I do not think that if I was in 2019 and just took a couple of pictures of the quality they were, slapped them on Etsy, and was just sit back and wait for sales, if it would go the same way. But in 2010, it did. I was still working an office job at the time, and I was knitting a little bit at my job, which I actually ended up getting in trouble for, and I couldn't keep up. Things were selling out of my shop. I did not have enough time between my work life and my personal life to continue knitting, so I actually put my shop in vacation mode and stopped doing it. Fast forward to 2013, I had my second son. After I returned to work, I realized that almost my entire paycheck was going just to pay for daycare. And understandably, that wasn't how I wanted to live my life. And so I made the very, at the time, scary decision to leave my job and stay at home. Now keep in mind, we are not a one-income family, so this was
terrifying.
As I was home, I was trying to rack my brain as to what I could do to help my family and make supplemental income while staying at home. And I said to my husband, you know, I still really love to knit. I am going to reopen Nickichicki, and this time I'm going to put my all into it and just see how big I can really grow it. Fast forward to today, 2019. I have 9 people that help knit for Nickichicki. I have 1 assistant. We are stocked in about 15 stores, I think, currently in multiple states. So it has grown way beyond what I thought the day that I left my job and wanted to open it back up. I thought it would just be me on my couch with my children running around, just casually knitting orders, hoping that people liked my stuff enough to buy it, much like 2010 version. So maybe you're saying to yourself, but how did you do this? I mean, there's really no perfect recipe, right? On a whole, some general things that I would suggest. If you want to build, especially a product-based business like mine, make sure you love what you do, because you are going to be doing it
non-stop.
I can't even tell you how many hours I've logged knitting. Back when it was just me and orders started piling in, I would literally knit all day long, like as soon as I woke up till like 1 in the morning. Now that's not healthy. I'm not recommending that you do that. That was just the position that I was in, and had I not loved knitting as much as I do, I would have gotten very burnt out and said, not happening. Following along with really loving what you do, again, make sure you have that passion behind it. I contribute a lot of Nickichicki's success to the point that I am very excited and very passionate about what I'm doing, and I fully believe that attitudes are contagious. And so when I'm excited about something, I cannot wait to share it with everyone else, potential customers, current customers, and then that attitude rolls around and they're excited about it back, which helps, of course, generate sales and loyal customers. Speaking of loyal customers, the third thing I would suggest is find your tribe to attract your target customer. The entire world is not your target customer, nor should they be, because that sounds exhausting and you won't be able to niche down. Keeping your brand true to yourself will help attract the customers that you want and you need, and keep those people coming back and keep them excited that they will then go out and tell their friends, and that builds and builds. It's always been very important to me to keep Nickichicki a very personal brand, and so I inject a lot of myself and my personality, my style into that, because I want people to know that they are buying from a real person with a real family, not a corporate business. Some independent brands want to maintain a very professional edge, and that's cool too if that's true to you. To me, I want to feel like I'm your friend because I love people, and socializing is one of my favorites. Leading into socializing, the next thing I'll tell you is network. I think this is one of the biggest things that gets missed with new businesses. A lot of time, product-based businesses, I think they make the item, they put it up for sale, and then they just kind of wait. Good networking is worth its weight in gold. It gets your name out there, it gets you selected for special things, which then will give you more recognition. As a social person, I love to network. I go to random events all the time. I go up to people, I talk to them, I introduce myself. Because of good networking, Nickichicki has been in the newspaper, Nickichicki has been in local magazines in Minnesota, Nickichicki has been on the news. And again, stocked in stores, invited to special events, special markets. If I was just sitting at home, knitting hats and not leaving, not reaching out to anyone online, those things probably would have not happened to me. I would also contribute a lot of our success to the fact that I am always willing to keep my eye on the pulse, what trends are happening, and I'm someone who does not really fear change. I know like whenever there's a new Instagram algorithm or Instagram itself makes a change, you always hear a lot of hubbub from people freaking out and saying how much they dislike it. Instagram doesn't care. Like, they are still gonna make their change. So you can either fight against the tide, or you can be one step ahead of everyone else and be researching that and moving with it and going with it. Along with that, don't put all of your eggs into one basket. The internet is a fast world out there, and if you're relying on it to promote your business, network your business, and advertise, make sure that you're keeping your eyes out for the hot next new thing or how many places that you can market. When Facebook groups were brand new, my business was one of the few first businesses that I really saw using a Facebook group to market and sell things. Now there's millions of them, right? And people are a little bit more hesitant to join the groups, but back then when it first started, they were not. And I attribute that to a lot of my success as well, and a lot of those really loyal customers. On Instagram, which is a huge thing now, but it didn't always used to be. Again, people just used to use Instagram for personal stuff. I've been on Instagram since almost the very beginning. I definitely did not use it for business in the very beginning until I started noticing other people doing that. And I'm like, well, that's a great idea. I had no idea that people would like to see this much behind the scenes, or that I could show my products this way. Pinterest is a big one. A lot of people think of it for just DIY, and there is a lot of that, but you can also use it for your business too. My favorite thing about Pinterest is that you can throw your pictures on there and then forget about them, and they will just build and build. So there's really no point not to do it. I have pictures that I've put on of when my kids were newborns years and years ago. I mean, my youngest son is 3 now, and they're still being pinned constantly. They're still directing traffic to my site. And of course, we're on YouTube now, right? That was a new thing we did this year. I had loved the idea of it. I do think that video is contributing to where social media is going more and more. People love watching video. They love hearing people's voices. And I know that when I'm showing a product, it can also help to see it a lot more moving around in action, since a lot of our customers cannot physically touch it. I haven't done a whole bunch of that yet because when I started it was very hot and sunny, and we only sell knitwear, but as temperatures are cooling down, I have so many amazing ideas of how we're going to bring the knitwear in, styling videos, new product videos. I'm really excited for that part. Lastly, with promoting yourself, remember that it doesn't always have to be about social media. We also do plenty of art shows too. Get out there and actually talk face to face to people, tell your story. Those people will buy from you because they are getting to see it, touch it, try it on, plus talk to the real person who has made it. And that just builds an instant connection right there. Those people are going to take your business card, hopefully not throw it away, come back to your website, and perhaps become a repeat customer if they really like what you do. Speaking of liking what you do, make sure that there is a need for what you do. Do some research and see what's selling. Don't copy anyone else directly because that's never gonna make you succeed. But do keep your eye on what is popular at the time and think of a way how you can inject your own personal spin and style on it to make it something unique that maybe the world didn't even realize it was missing yet. I can tell you that every year I keep my eye on Fall Fashion Week to see what the hottest colors of the year are gonna be. And every year when fall rolls around, customers themselves may not actually choose those colors. They may go for something else entirely. So that just kind of goes to show you that yes, be aware of what's out there, but also make sure that you're not losing yourself in the process, because when you keep your brand personal and true to you, that's what people can see and relate to and tell the most, and that is going to build brand loyalty. Lastly, let's talk a little bit about brand loyalty. In today's day and age, the word collaboration has been twisted to mean free stuff. stuff, right? So a lot of new businesses think that in order to get their name out there, they have to work with these influencers, they have to give free stuff to get promoted. Here's what I'm gonna tell you. You don't need to do that. If you do not have the budget to give away free stuff, nor do you really want to that much, my business makes sweaters in 100% merino wool, which is one, costly, and two, takes a long time to make. And I cannot tell you how many influencer emails I receive a week asking me if I can send them out a free sweater. No. No. I do think influencers can be helpful. I'm not knocking them or anything like that. I'm just saying that you don't have to go that route. We've done some collaborations from time to time. We will again, especially when I notice there's any type of hole that I'm missing on my feed. I can use an influencer to fill that hole. That sounds kind of weird. But what I notice the most, because influencers, when you give them something or when you're paying them, they have to say, hey, this was sent to me. Those followers already know that that is not an authentic transaction, right? That was something that they are getting either paid or whatever to talk about. The most time that I get the most new customers, repeat customers, is when an actual customer who has purchased from me loves it so much that she or he or whoever wants to talk about it just because they love it. That's when the followers come flooding in, because they know that that is authentic, that is real, that is not something that is forced. That how you will. I know that collaborations, free stuff, influencers, it's never gonna go away. I mean, I've been sent things because I keep my brand so personal, interject my stuff. There's definitely been companies that have reached out to me and said, hey, can I send you stuff? And if it fits in, like, I do it like that. I'm not knocking it. It's not gonna go anywhere, and it can be helpful. But I'm just saying that you don't feel like you have to do it. Don't feel like it's just the way that things are. When it comes down to it, I built my business from working crazy hard, working constantly, and being really passionate about what I do. You might be successful with a side hustle, but I do believe that if you want to get your business to those next steps and really growing, it is a full-time gig. I work hard and I work long hours. I put a lot of my time and energy into Nickichicki because I wanted to succeed and because I'm so passionate about it and because it's important to me. All right, guys, let me know below if you like this video, if you found it helpful, if you'd like to hear more kind of like businessy videos on this channel. I really enjoyed talking and getting to share the Nickichicki story a little bit for you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Hit the bell if you'd like to be notified for more videos. And don't forget to subscribe so we can stay connected. Till next time, guys. Bye!